I introduce to you Elly Zhang. Give her a round of applause.
Hi, everybody, and it's such a great honor for me to come here to present to all of you guys and share a little bit of story about myself and the space. I've been in the crypto space for 4 years. Almost 5 years, so which makes me seem like very old in the space. And then, I would like to share how I jumped into the space and what I experienced in the past 5 years, and also hopefully can give you guys a little bit idea like what is happening in this space and what I learned. And yes, so a little bit background about me. My name is Elly. I was born in Shanghai, China, and I moved to Hong Kong when I was about 17 to start my foundation year course there. And I went to City University of Hong Kong, major in communication. So since I was very young, I developed a very huge interest in PR, fashion, luxury, fancy stuff, because I am just a very superficial person. Yes, so I decided to become a marketing, PR, and experts and join PR agencies to do fancy stuff when I was young. And then I had my job in the PR space in a luxury and retail PR agency for about 5 years. And then decided to move to London. And now I'm here. Yeah, so before life in crypto, so I was in PR agency. So I organized a bunch of events like fashion events, and then I served a lot of clients. So imagine when you just graduated from university and you got into the fancy space when you served like super rich clients, and when you didn't even have the knowledge about how big the world is, and you just feel like, wow, so good. You got invited, you were organizing private party, you were organizing those fancy parties or pre-sale party, you see all the beautiful stuff, you see like a lot of sun seekers beside the beach, and you're just like, wow, the world is amazing. I'm so excited, and then I just love this kind of life. And then, but when like life passed like maybe 2 or 3 years, I kind of feel like, oh, everything is really superficial. Like it's just very money driven, and it's nothing I can grow in the space. And do I really, I started questioning myself, do I really want to spend the rest of my life like that? And maybe I can, I've already made friends with a lot of clients, maybe I can open a PR agency myself, but do I really want to do that? And I've only lived in Asia before. I traveled around Asia, and the furthest country I've been is Canada. And I'm like, oh, do I really want to live in Asia for the rest of my life? And I started questioning myself. So the answer is no. I don't want to do that, and I want to like go outside, challenge myself, see how big the world is. So I decided to quit my job. And then I decided to move to London. Before moving to London, I got like a really long time, like about 9 months, 10 month blank period. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I can go travel around the world with my mom before moving to London. And then all of a sudden, I got a call from a recruitment agency. I still remember it was 2013. Around Christmas time, I got a call from them. They say, hey, we got this position for you. I know you don't have a job now, but it's a startup. They need someone to manage their PR. And I was like, oh, what kind of startup it is? Before that, I never heard of what is blockchain. I never heard of Bitcoin. And I only saw once from the TV. It's about like money laundering, scammer. And then, so I said, oh, what kind of startup it is? They say, you just go there, you will know. So, yeah, it sounds like very scary, but I am a challenging person. So I went there. It's a startup which is doing pretty good now. They were only around 20 people that time in the office in Hong Kong, one chai in a small building. And I went there. They came out, and then CEO came out. Now maybe I can. Yeah. Oh no, I'll show you guys later. So the CEO came out, and then he said, "Oh, we want someone to manage the PR because the news is so negative." So here are the news in 2014. It's very negative, all about like price drop, under attack. See those words they are using? You just feel like, oh, very negative. We need someone. It's actually not like that. We need someone to manage the PR content. And I said, oh, but I have no knowledge about that at all. I have no financial markets knowledge. I don't know tech stuff. Do you still want me? He said, it's okay. Nobody got knowledge anyways. Yeah. So I went back home and I thought a little bit. And then I told my mom. My mom's like, oh, 9 months is really like too long. It's for a break. Maybe you just go to have a try, earn some pocket money. So I said, okay, let's go. So here is some media, some events I did for my previous company. It's called ANX. You can Google them. They are doing pretty good now. They have the largest over-counter trading platform in Asia now. So back to 2014, they started the world's first Bitcoin counter trading in Hong Kong. This is the event. And then this is a Bitcoin ATM machine. And this is the time there's a merchant. It's a travel agency in Hong Kong. They decided to accept Bitcoin. This is me. So, yeah, and this is the Bitcoin machine I mentioned. This one is in Singapore. This one is in Hong Kong. We were attending an exhibition. It's about Forex exhibition. And then we were demonstrating how to use this Bitcoin ATM in front of other bankers. They probably think we are scammers. But it's like, so when you deposit the cash into this machine, and then it will go straight, it is connected to the internet. It will go straight to the wallet. That's how it works. And then I believe there are a couple of different machines now, and they can accept different cryptos. But that time, they only accept Bitcoins. So here, and then later, I moved to London. I did my master's degree here in applied corporate brand management in Brunel University. And then when I finished my master's degree, I started working for another crypto company here in London for about 2 years and 2 months. So here are some events we did when I was working for the company. I'm not sure how familiar you're with this industry, but some like industry influencers are there. And you can see from this photo, it seems like I am the only woman in the space. So that's what I would like to talk. The growing potential for women in the space. So not like today, here we see a lot of women here. I believe a lot of you guys might be very interested in tech or very interested in blockchain and want to jump in the space. Very unfortunate, I did some research. The data shows there are at least 9 male developers for every 1 female developers. But I would say I see this as a huge potential for women to jump into the space because there are less women, and to make sure we can actually do the job. We can have more women in the space because there are too much men. And also, we need more women. And also the thing is, when Satoshi Nakamoto back to 2009, he published a white paper about what is Bitcoin, what is blockchain. It's more like, for transaction with each other and help people in third world to easily get access to the system to transact with each other. So developers are very important in our industry. But apart from developers, in any organization, in any companies, we have other positions for other talented people, smart people. So, for example, like me, I have no financial market background. I have no tech background. But I decided to take the risk. I decided to jump into the industry. And now I'm here, and it's been almost 5 years. And I think I'm doing pretty good. And I'm just one of the very ordinary people, very ordinary woman. So I think I can do it. All of you guys can make it too. And here we some very famous influencers in our industry who inspire me. The first lady, I can never pronounce her name correctly. Let's try. Primavera de Philip. So she is a law researcher and she's very famous. And Elizabeth Stark, she's working on Lightning project. And Amber Scott, she's the AML specialist. So there are a lot of their interviews on YouTube. So you can have a look. Maybe you will have more ideas about what's happening. And they're like really good. So what I gained from my past 4 years, 5 years in this industry is the speed of the development is really, really fast. Maybe 2 years ago, ICO seems like very new to a lot of people, but now you can see ICO every day. All the new projects come out every week. You got tons of information. So what you should do if you really want to jump into this industry is you need to learn, keep learning, keep studying. There are a lot of opportunities and a lot of information for you to receive. So learning is always the best way to get more to get to know more about this industry. Also, when you are in this space, you will see a lot of new projects. They come out every day, and a lot of people they're very professional at certain space. So some people they're very stubborn on certain things. I would say they're always open to new options. We can see like debates regarding Bitcoin Cash, or Ethereum Classic. But I would say like always open your eyes to see other people's ideas, even if you don't understand, but still like give people a chance. And so embrace change in every shape or form. And also be comfortable with yourself. I would like to share a little bit story about, I think last September, last November, and the past February and March, I had a pretty hard time, especially in around last September and November, after China decided to close decided to ban the ICOs, and then after that they decided to close all the exchanges in China. And then after that, they also decided to gradually closing all the mining factories in China, because China weighs a very huge position in this industry. So which affect a lot about my work and my duty. And that was been pressuring on saying things like I don't think I agree to say it, and to making some strategies or decisions. I don't think I should do it. And that time I started questioning myself, thinking like, oh, maybe I am pretty stupid. I don't know what's going on, or I really don't know what is happening. I don't know how to do that. So I started thinking, and I was very depressed. And I was like, and then I was talking to a lot of industry people, and they seem very positive. And they are all based in China. They are actually greatly affected by the regulations. They seem very positive. They are very busy with a lot of stuff. And then I was wondering, like, why I am so depressed, but they seem so happy. By the time I got the chance to go back to China to have to visit them, and then I started to talking to them, and then they told me like they are actually very worried too, but they can do nothing because the regulations there. What they can do is they keep looking forward, stay positive, like how to take care of their employees, how to move their offices from China to another place, maybe Hong Kong, maybe Singapore, and they are working under a huge pressure, much more serious than me. So I was thinking, yeah, maybe everybody has their own pressure to deal with, not only you. So why should I act like this? And I have to stay positive. It's pretty hard to execute it, but I think what you should always remember when you are under pressure is nobody's life is perfect. Nobody is perfect, and you should always be comfortable with yourself and believe in yourself. You can do it, and you are doing it correct. That's it. Here are some of my thoughts about our industry. Is I mentioned before, there is huge space for people who want to jump into this industry to grow. And also, like I said, back to 2014, there are a lot of negative news. Still, there are a lot of negative news about this industry. People are still talking about money laundering. People are still talking about scammer, or like a lot of hackers gonna steal your money. I think if you really want to jump into the industry, or if you are in this industry, when you are learning things, when you are making judgment, you should always listen to two sides. Don't always listen to one side. When people say it's a bubble, you should ask them like why it's a bubble. What made you think like that? When people say, oh, it's not a bubble, it's gonna be great, the price is gonna go to moon, you should also ask them like, why do you think like that? And also always read like positive news and always read negative news. Read both sides. You can have your own judgment, so you can make your own decision. And it is no right or wrong, as long as it's your own judgment. And also, believe in yourself as long as you are doing it right. As long as you think you're doing it right, you just believe yourself and don't forget your true intention, your purpose. Come into the industry. What is your purpose? No matter if you want to grow the community, you want to build the tech knowledge, or you want do something big, you just don't forget your true purpose and the intention. And also, when you're in the space, you feel like, I don't think it's my kind of thing. I think it's a scammer. I think it's bubble. It's gonna blow up. Whatever, you can choose to leave. If you don't feel you are comfortable to stay in the industry, you should leave, because your happiness is the most important thing. So here, I would like to share an interesting story. So I had a dinner with two industry influencers in the restaurant at Mayfair, I believe 1 month ago. This is Professor, the right person is Professor Craig Wright, and the left person is Tom Weiss. He's a very famous YouTuber. You can find his YouTube, his tutorial online. It's very interesting. So when we finished the dinner, the bill came out. It's about 800 pounds. and the professor offered the restaurant manager, if you pay cash for our bill, I will transfer you 10 Bitcoins. And then he said, I suggested you download a wallet right now. And I will instantly transfer 10 Bitcoins to you. It's Bitcoin, not Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, and then the restaurant, today the Bitcoin price, I think is about around $6,000. And maybe it's 10 times more than the real price of the dinner. And then the restaurant manager still said no. He doesn't know. He said, oh, I know Bitcoin. I know what it is. But he still said no. So I realized the thing is, when people say, I know Bitcoin, I know what is blockchain, it doesn't mean they know it. It just means they've heard of it. And there's another story is, this singer, Lily Allen, she didn't accept the Bitcoin, she missed the chance to become a billionaire. So now I'm here not talking about how to make money quickly. I'm saying like how few people, they have this knowledge about what is blockchain, what is cryptocurrency and assets. So for us, we in the space, we are trying to grow the community. We are trying to build interesting software, a product. It's for us. We are trying to educate the general public. We still have a long way to go. And I also ask myself sometimes if I don't know what is blockchain, what is Bitcoin, when I'm working on the street, somebody come to me and say, hey, this is a 100-pound bill. If you pay cash for me, I'll transfer you 1 Bitcoin right now. Would I say yes or no? I probably would say no. I say, oh my God, leave me alone. Yeah, so which means, in general, the public, they still have no idea what's going on here. And for us, we're in the space. We have a long way to go to educate them, to spread the positive energy to them. And some personal book I would like to share is this one. I read it every year, and Tuesday with Maury. It's pretty good. And it gave me a lot of inspiration. And this one, it's very meaningful. It's for kids, actually, but I think it's really meaningful. This one, The Art of Conversation, because I think I'm very straight up, you know, and I need to talk more like a British. That's why I... Yeah, that's why I'm reading it. I think it's very good. And then this one, Attached, and because in the past 10 years, I've always been discovering what kind of person I am, and I find it helps a lot, this book. And also this one is really exciting, and The Big Shot. I personally is a fan of the person in the book, but I think it's a very good story for like how about the money game. And some very good book for sharing about our industry. This one, Crypto Asset, and the Blockchain Revolution. They are very good, very informative. If you are interested in our industry and want to jump in the industry, maybe you want to read them. And these two, this one I read it, Master Bitcoin. I couldn't understand it because I find it's for developers, not for me. And this professor, he got a new book, Mastering Ethereum, and I think I want to read it, but I'll just recommend here. I haven't read this one. And here, some very useful resource for you guys if you really want to learn more about our industry is I learned, because I come from a Bitcoin background, so I had now I'm in an Ethereum startup. I had no knowledge about Ethereum before, and I learned Ethereum from reading Ethereum white paper, and then the first person Matt Connor's blog. And then the second developer is a Bitcoin developer, Jimmy Son. His blog is very interesting too. And also you can find a lot of free sources online from CoinDesk, Bits Online, Cointelegraph, all of these newspapers. You can find them online and a lot of free sources. Also, again, you have to read both positive and negative news, so you can make your own judgment. And here are some costs I would like to share with all of you guys. Our culture encourages you to believe that many of your needs are illegitimate, but whether they are legitimate or not for someone else is beside the point. They are essential for your happiness, and that's what is important. Like I said before, your happiness is the most important thing. So if you should be comfortable with yourself. If you don't feel comfortable with yourself, you shouldn't do it. And last but not least, I would like to introduce a little bit about the company I'm working for now. Token is building a bridge, conventional consumer banking and cryptocurrency world, allowing digital assets to safely and securely integrate into everyday life. We were one of the first companies to be accepted in the FCA sandbox and will be launching a payment card and a wallet later this year. We are always looking for smart people to join us, no matter you are a developer or not. Please drop your CV to our email, careers@tokencard.io. Our website is tokencard.io. You can subscribe our newsletter. And here are our social media channels, so you can follow us and find our first news. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.